This is
Ages of Change from Lafayette International High School.
Hello, welcome to the Agent of Change podcast. My name is Laimo.
My name is Kareem.
My name is Diego.
My name is Abdaha.
And my name is Jeriel.
Our theme of today is environmental justice. We're learning about buffalo waterkeeper. It's important for us to learn keep the water safe to live a healthy life.
Now, what is environmental justice and why it is important for us to learn about the environmental justice? Environmental justice is that everybody having a fair chance and equal rights to speak for their rights and the ability to talk of the problems that are impacting our environment. It is very important for us to learn about the environmental justice. The environmental justice is protecting people from the problems that are impacting our society. For example, the left canal, what happened in the past, really impacts people's life and causing people to death.
If we look through the history, we're going to talk about Love Canal was an unfortunate incident that was supposed to happen in 1915 or was discovered in that year due to chemical waste dumped in the Love Canal River. They throw the water will clean itself, but it not only damaged the water, it also made the people sick. Fresh water is one of non-renewable natural resource. People didn't want to leave their homes or their life. The cleanup was nearly impossible and lasted several decades until 2004 with the participation of waterkeepers organization.
And additionally, we are meeting with one of the
Buffalo Niagara River Keeper. It is a non-profit organization whose main goal is to keep the water clean so that everyone can have equal access to it. We had the opportunity to interview Elizabeth Cute. She's a senior community engagement manager in the Western New York River Keeper. She has a bachelor's degree in science and environmental science, and she has been working 8 years in this organization.
We really like the answer that she's giving out when we ask these questions.
This question is, what is the most important part of being a waterkeeper?
Yeah, so we all live in the Great Lakes Basin. You all live in the Great Lakes Basin. Right now we live right next door to 20% of the world's fresh surface water, and that's an invaluable resource. And everything that surrounds it, the land, it all impacts the water. It impacts our drinking water. You know, our drinking water is either Lake Erie or the Niagara River, or if you live way further inland in Western New York, it might be groundwater aquifers. But you know, we need water to survive, so all of our work relates to water protection in one way or another. So that's somebody has to ensure that the water is clean and protected, and that folks are informed and able to join in and work to protect that resource.
That was like makes you interested in waterkeeper, or what's other thing that I want to be a waterkeeper, or how you became a waterkeeper?
Yeah, well, so waterkeeper is our executive director, Jill Jedlicka, is the waterkeeper at our organization. So we all work for Waterkeeper, but she's the waterkeeper at our organization. But there are waterkeeper groups all over the world. We're part of the Waterkeeper Alliance. So maybe back from your home countries, there might be a waterkeeper entity there working for water protection. There's almost 300 groups worldwide working to advocate and protect our water resources. So I found my job, I was looking for environmental work in Buffalo. I was waitressing and baristaing and doing odd jobs until I could find something in my field. And I had some experience in water sampling and field work, and that's what they were kind of looking for. They had received a grant to study various streams in our watershed as part of a watershed management plan. So I was able to use my fieldwork experience and experience with the sampling technology to get that job, and then they didn't let me go.
The government support the waterkeepers. Do you think that would last for the waterkeepers or for the people?
Yeah, so we meet with elected officials often. city of Buffalo, Western New York, the state. There's all different levels of government for the state or different municipalities. So we do have conversations with them and let them know what is concerning to us or what our priorities are, and we do our best to inform and educate them so that they can make informed decisions down the line. And right now we are seeing some positive movement in New York State in the water space. New York State has really strong climate goals to reduce to limit climate change. There's a lot of emission reduction goals in the state. There's been a lot of positive movement on banning single-use plastics that pollute our environment and our water. New York State Department of Health has been really one of the leading states in the U.S. in terms of regulating chemicals that are found in our drinking water that have made the way into our water resources from industry and chemical factories and things like that. So New York State is definitely ahead of a lot of other states in terms of environmental protections, but we can always, as organizations, as individuals, as groups of people, demand more.
Yeah, when you talk about the having chemical in the water, it makes me think of like the Love Canal. Yeah, it's about the chemical pollution that's spread all over the area. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually reminds me of that.
Yeah, I'm glad you know about Love Canal. It's a historic location and why Superfund exists, which impacted the whole United States.
And I think it didn't stop yet, even though this place is closed by the government, but I think it's still spreading.
Yeah. They didn't move all the chemicals, so they're monitoring it, but depending on who you ask, if you ask the EPA or if you ask former community members, you'll get different answers and opinions on what they think the status of the cleanup is.
Yeah, so overall, I think the part that where Miss Cupid described is really important because they're mostly about the water keeping is really important to our environment and stuff. What are your opinion? You guys want to share something about it? Miss Abdahai, do you want to talk something about what Miss Cube said?
So she talked a lot about her organization, and I think it is really important, the organization to keep our water safe, and I think we all should help her through it. It is a non-profit organization, and of course it's a great volunteer work. So if we all can go and help with that organization, that would be very helpful because water is just one, and it is important for all of us to have safe water.
And also not just water, I think environmental just is it's overall like water, land and air, everything, but mostly like can you tell me the most important part of like keeping those things together? You have Mr. Yoyo?
Ms. Q says the hardest part of being water keepers, nobody wants to do that work of the water keepers. They don't have a principal income or they don't have all the money of the world, so it's a hard work for Ms. Q and all the water keepers.
I also think that water is so important to keep it clean and safe to live a healthy life. It's really important to help out the water keeper, river keeper in our community to keep the weather clean, air, water, to have really good healthy life for us and for our children.
And with that here, we will end our podcast today. And here is the website of the nonprofit organization. It's called bnwaterkeepers.org. We encourage you to volunteer to help us to keep our environmental safe and livable. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.